Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most anticipated matchups of the season, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles. This game has playoff implications written all over it, and with both teams sitting at the top of the NFC, you know it's going to be a clash of titans. Today we're going to break down everything you need to know ahead of the game, from injury updates to key storylines, the battle between quarterbacks, and of course our final game prediction. So grab your snacks, get comfortable, and let's get into it. Now, if you've been following the NFC this season, you already know that both of these teams have been at the top of the heap for quite a while. The Dallas Cowboys, despite some ups and downs, have managed to put together a 9-4 record, and their defense has been downright nasty. Micah Parsons is playing like a man on a mission, making life miserable for opposing quarterbacks and racking up sacks left and right. The Cowboys have also been opportunistic on defense, creating turnovers and stifling offenses with their relentless pressure. They might not have the flashiest offense, but when your defense is that good, it can win you games on its own. However, let's not discount the offense altogether. Dak Prescott, while sometimes inconsistent, has had a solid season and when healthy is more than capable of putting points on the board. The Cowboys' offense has been up and down in the scoring department, but they've had some explosive moments, particularly with CeeDee Lamb emerging as the team's primary playmaker at receiver. Tony Pollard, the Cowboys' lead running back, has had his moments of brilliance, though the run game as a whole hasn't been as consistent as many would like. Still, when Dak is locked in and Pollard is able to provide a solid ground game, the offense can be dangerous. But let's face it, this game is likely going to be decided by how well the defense performs. If Micah Parsons can get after the Eagles' quarterback early and often, they might just be able to pull off an upset in Philly. And speaking of the Eagles, this team has been one of the most dominant in the league this season. Sitting at 10-3, the defending NFC champions have one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL, largely due to their dual-threat quarterback Jalen Hurts. Hurts has been absolutely sensational this year, making his case for MVP with his ability to both throw and run the ball at an elite level. His ability to extend plays with his legs and keep defenses guessing has made the Eagles' offense nearly impossible to stop. Hurts has elevated his passing game this season as well, showing a maturity and consistency that wasn't quite there in previous years. Throwing to A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert, Hurts has a ton of weapons at his disposal, and he's been delivering big-time plays week in and week out. His leadership, poise, and ability to come through in the clutch have been crucial for the Eagles' success this season. But the Eagles' offense isn't just Hurts. Their offensive line is arguably the best in football, and they've been creating massive holes in the running game for Hurts, Miles Sanders, and even Hurts himself, who loves to take off when the pocket breaks down. The Eagles' balance between run and pass is what makes them so difficult to defend, and they'll need to bring that same consistency against a stout Cowboys defense. But here's the catch. Hurts has been dealing with a shoulder injury, which could affect his ability to throw with the same zip and power he's shown all year. It's unclear whether he'll be 100% for this game, and if he's not, it could be a major blow to Philly's chances. If Hurts has to sit out or is limited, the Eagles would have to rely on backup quarterback Gardner Minshew, who is a solid player in his own right, but doesn't possess the same dynamic playmaking ability as Hurts. Minshew can move the offense, but he's not a game-changer like Hurts, and the Cowboys' defense might be able to feast on him if Hurts doesn't play. Looking at the injury news, the status of Jalen Hurts is by far the most important factor in determining how this game will play out. Hurts' shoulder injury has been a lingering concern, and the Eagles are optimistic that he'll be able to play, but it's still a situation to monitor closely. If Hurts is out or playing at less than 100%, the Eagles will need Minshew to step up. While Minshew has filled in admirably during Hurts's absences, he doesn't have the same mobility or arm strength, meaning that the Cowboys' defense could have an easier time containing him. With Micah Parsons rushing off the edge and the Cowboys' secondary playing lights out, Minshew will need to be on top of his game. On the Cowboys' side, Dak Prescott has been dealing with his own injuries earlier in the season, but he's looked good since returning to the lineup. However, Tony Pollard has been limited with an ankle issue, and while he's expected to play, if Pollard is hobbled, it could affect Dallas's ability to establish the run game, making it harder for Dak to operate effectively. With all of this in mind, both teams are going to need to play near-perfect football to come away with the win. For the Cowboys, the key is to get pressure on the quarterback. Whether it's Hurts or Minshew under center, Michael Parsons has to be a constant threat. If he can disrupt the Eagles' offensive flow, Dallas can limit big plays down the field. The secondary, with playmakers like Trevon Diggs and Stephon Gilmore, will have to stay disciplined and keep A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith from breaking free. On offense, the Cowboys need to find a balance. Dak Prescott needs to avoid mistakes and take advantage of any turnovers the defense creates. CeeDee Lamb must be a focal point in the passing game, and Pollard has to be able to give Dallas a steady ground attack to take the pressure off of Dak. If the Cowboys can control the clock and limit Philly's offensive possessions, they'll have a real shot at pulling off the win. For the Eagles, the strategy is simple: protect Jalen Hurts, or Minshew if Hurts doesn't play. If Hurts is at full health, Philly's offense should have no trouble moving the ball down the field. But if Hurts is dealing with limitations, the Eagles' offensive line will need to step up even more to create running lanes and give Minshew time in the pocket. The key for the Eagles is to stay balanced. Don't lean too much on the pass if Hurts isn't at 100%. The defense, meanwhile, has to play disciplined football. The Eagles have shown flashes of brilliance on defense, but they've also been vulnerable at times. If they can limit big plays from CeeDee Lamb and force Dak Prescott into uncomfortable situations, they'll give themselves a better chance to win. The run defense will be crucial here. If they can slow down Pollard, it'll take a lot of pressure off the defensive backs to cover the Cowboys' receivers. So, after analyzing everything, here's my prediction. If Jalen Hurts plays and is close to full strength, I think the Eagles will narrowly come out on top. They've just been so dominant this season, and with the combination of Hurts' versatility, the offensive line's strength, and the playmaking ability of A.J. Brown, I think they'll have the edge in a high-stakes NFC East showdown. My prediction in that case is Eagles 24, Cowboys 20. But if Hurts is out or less than 100%, the dynamic of this game changes drastically. The Cowboys' defense will have a field day, and I think Dak Prescott will be able to do just enough to secure a win for Dallas. In that case, my prediction is Cowboys 23, Eagles 17. Ultimately, this is going to be a game that comes down to execution and who can take advantage of the other team's weaknesses. Both teams are capable of winning, but only one will come out on top in this epic NFC East battle. What do you think, guys? Are the Eagles going to hold their ground, or will the Cowboys pull off the upset? Let me know your predictions in the comments below. And before you go, make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this preview, subscribe for more NFL content, and turn on the notifications so you never miss an update. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.